was fighting me on it because he was changing the not, I guess, the tense or like the person that I was writing in. But I changed it back. So, because I wanted to, because I talk to people like it's, so like I say you, right? Instead of them or a entrepreneur, this is where you are failing. So.
You are failing.
Failing. Hi, Hollie.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
I'm trying something new.
A fruzer.
Yeah.
What's a fruzer?
So it has
like
pineapple, blueberry, and carrots.
That sounds good.
Is it like an Otter Pop?
Yeah, it's mushed up frozen stuff. It's not bad.
Well, I don't know if it can compare to a real peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, that looks so good.
Dave's staple food.
It really is.
It's like Dave's main food group, PB&J's.
It's its own food group. So it's bacon and chocolate.
Amen, sister.
Mm-hmm. Nice to see you, Hollie. Love your contribution.
Nice to see you too. Thank you. Well, I figured if anyone was on, it would be entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
This is going to be a good event.
It is. It's going to be a good one. I'm really excited for you. Did you saw the email from that John guy? Dave? Yeah. I'm excited for you to talk to him. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
We only talked for 30 minutes, but he's not a schmuck. At least I don't think so.
Oh, so I've had Shantel calling hundreds of networking associates out in Florida, and she has gotten me a list of 20 really nice, friendly, helpful type people.
Yeah, my guy was not helpful. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. It's just funny how, you call somebody who's a member of a networking group.
Yeah.
They're grouchy and dismissive and unhelpful. Like, why are you in a networking group?
Yes.
But the point is, 20 really, really helpful people who are ready to meet with me as soon as I get out there. So I'm so excited.
That's
so
awesome.
good.
Just gonna plug right in.
Yep. Do the Dave thing. That's super cool. Do you sell your car?
Last night at like 10 p.m.
You did?
Yeah.
Did some like lucky 16-year-old get it as their first car? Or?
No.
Okay. Cool.
It's always sketchy when you meet somebody in a dark parking lot and you both sit in a car and you're handing like hundreds of dollars in 20s to each other. And
a title to a car? Yeah.
It's always strange.
That's funny. Well, good. I'm glad that you were able to sell it.
Me too.
That's great. My keyboard is disgusting.
Hey, Monica's here.
It really is. It's gross. So, and Connie and Eric.
Hello.
I'm
Might be delayed a little bit. It looks super delayed on my end.
Is it?
No,
Yes, Mitch.
looks okay to you. It looks crazy delayed on my end. Okay.
A couple seconds, I think, but like maybe 1 second delay.
Okay. 1 second.
Just 1 second.
That's not bad.
Top, Monica. Hi.
Hey, Monica.
Hey,
You've got me pointing a different direction today.
what do you mean?
Usually your camera's pointing a different direction.
Oh, yeah, I got a new desk, and now it's in the corner of my room, which still gives me horrible lighting.
It's not bad.
Well,
It's not as bad.
Here's my advice. Watch the very ending of our last virtual networking because Hollie shows off her tips and tricks.
Yes. She has this awesome lighting and all of her cool setup and things.
You probably didn't realize this, but she's got like a whole camera crew. There's like 10 people in her room.
She's got a producer. She's got a lighting guy. Got a makeup gal.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
It is awesome. You're welcome.
You never do that.
At the end of this, you're going to see credits rolling up of Hollie's screen.
That I would love to see. We've got to figure out how to make that happen.
That would be so awesome. That would be so awesome.
Everything.
Name is Destiny. She and I've been chatting all day.
That's fantastic. I love it. Love
What's
it.
for
Love it.
lunch, Jill?
What's that?
Oh, I said, what's for lunch, Jill?
Oh, we can't hear you.
I think she said watermelon. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, let's all guess,
That sounds like a good plan.
right?
We can do virtual charades.
Yeah, that would work.
Watermelon?
Great.
Yes, yummy.
It was watermelon, so here you go.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
don't
Mhm.
That's
need
great.
to figure all that out.
Right, let's check and see. We've got a couple more minutes before we'll get started.
It is slightly weird.
Is it?
Mm.
You want to explain to the group what you're eating right now?
So it's called a fruzer.
I feel like there should be booze in it, if like because of the ooze
Yeah.
part.
Oozer.
Yeah. And it's got pineapple, carrots, and blueberries. And this one's called the Blue Aloha. But what they did is, I mean, it's almost like a smoothie that they froze and put in this little container.
Sounds
But
good.
Smart. I think you're smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
I'm like, I want to be healthier, right? And I don't have to have popsicle. But this is not a popsicle. It's a smoothie in a container.
It's a fruzer.
It's a fruzer.
What's the verdict? Do you like it?
I don't know. I don't know yet. It's slightly weird, and I kind of like the weirdness, but yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good adult snacking. Way to be responsible, Holly.
That's like.
Oh, that's great.
Adult.
Fantastic. And isn't Penny's our presenter today, right?
Yeah, so
Oh.
I think I messed up and didn't add her to the list, so I'm trying to manually send her the invite right now.
You mean I'm not the only one you do that to?
I do it to you on purpose.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Because we know that you'll find us anyway.
Yes. Good to see you, Jill. You just got back from a little vacation, right?
Well, I was in Dallas. I go back to Dallas tomorrow, and then I leave for Germany next week.
Wow.
Germany, where at?
I'm going northeast of Frankfurt.
Okay.
So there's a program where they have German business people who are coming to the United States, and I'm volunteering to go for their last week intensive to help with their culture to come to the United States and be able to assimilate better.
So, have you ever been to Germany?
hmm
Okay.
Yep. So it's wonderful. And so,
And this is a good time of year to go. It's going to be green, and it's going to be warm. I
Yep.
need you to eat some gelato for me,
I will eat some gelato for you.
please. I miss the ice cream. Oh, and eat a donut for me, too. You know the, like, sandwiches thing?
Mhm. Yep.
Eat one of them. Hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and make the announcement, but I'm teen weeks pregnant, so I need to eat.
That's
Oh my God!
you.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
The baby's due on Christmas Eve.
Wow!
Wow.
Congratulations, Monica.
Thank you.
I just heard the tail end of that. I think Monica said she was pregnant.
I am pregnant.
All right. Good job.
So I'm supposed to eat for her in Germany.
There you
Yes.
go.
Because the baby needs it.
Yeah.
And so is there anything, I'm going to be in Heidelberg for 5 days.
Heidelberg! I
Is there
love
anything
Heidelberg.
special in Heidelberg besides the palace that I need to go to?
Yes, yes. There is go across the bridge, and there's this big gigantic hill.
Okay.
And then once you go on the gigantic hill, there's a trail that goes up like a mile. But there's a cathedral up there.
Oh, cool.
There's a cathedral that old cathedral, and then there's a amphitheater up there, and a cute little restaurant that you can eat whenever you get up there. Gorgeous, yes.
Okay.
So, and Heidelberg has the best shoe sales.
Okay.
This girl knows the good stuff, man.
That's right.
She's got all the
Food.
good.
This is important.
We went to Heidelberg all the time whenever we lived in Germany, so we loved it there.
That's fantastic. Well, it looks like I saw Penny. There's Penny. Okay, good. Hi,
Hi.
Hi.
Penny, apologies. I sent you the link late.
Yeah, I'm
So you
sitting
know
there
what?
totally freaking out. I'm like, I got no link.
But at least
So you
he
know
sent
what?
it to you.
Since you're not here to do it, Penny, I'll do it myself.
There you go. It's officially been hand slapped.
All right, go ahead.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, we will get things started. Welcome to AllPro Virtual Networking, where this is the most convenient way to network because you can do it from wherever you are, whether you're in your car, you're at your office, your house, whatever that looks like. So we are going to be starting with, we'll do some introductions. We have our fabulous Penny Brenden that's going to be doing a 10-minute presentation for us. And then we've got a great topic to mastermind, and then we'll talk about some events. So that's kind of the agenda that we have. Biggest thing that we want you to be able to utilize is the chat feature at the bottom of your screen. If everybody could please introduce themselves, tell us how to connect with you. That's how we're going to kind of go through the motions of doing our introductions. And please use that tool as an opportunity to connect with each other, send messages to each other. This is our way of being able to bring in kind of the normal networking circumstances where you'd be able to chat with people, but we get to do it virtually. So please make sure that you take advantage of the chat feature. And let's see how many people we've got in there. Okay, so since Hollie's the first and only one that has chatted so far, if everybody else could please introduce yourselves in the chat. We will just start with Hollie. So Hollie, if you'd like to take a few seconds to introduce yourself, that would be great.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm Hollie, Clere, the Social Media Advisor. We help businesses stand out online through the use of social media. Instead of throwing spaghetti at the wall, we help businesses really tell their stories. They can build that relationship, know, like, and trust with their audience. Last week, I talked about a service that we're offering for events, and I would love for introductions as well this week to people that you know that are hosting expos, that are hosting conferences. Basically, the service that we provide is a live streaming opportunity with live tweets, live quotes, live pictures, and live video during the event, with hopes to increase engagement during the event, as well as RSVPs for the future. So Hollie Clere, the Social Media Advisor, keeping you active online.
Fantastic. Thank you, Hollie. All right, Mr. Kramer.
Hello, I'm Dave Kramer from AllPro Web Tools, the all-in-one software solution to manage your business. You don't need a separate email management system. You don't need a separate CRM. You don't need a separate website system. Everything can all be in one place. And if you'd like to get more information on that, the website is allprowebtools.com.
Stick. All right, Tim.
Hello, I am Tim Washburn. I own Integrity Technologies, which is an IT company here in Fort Collins. We actually service quite a few people along the East Coast, a few on the West Coast, and then everywhere scattered in between. We have our own data center, which allows us to provide quite a few solutions that most IT companies are unable to provide, and so we can help you run your business more efficiently utilizing technology.
Fantastic. Thanks, Tim. Glad you're here. Monica.
Hi, I'm Monica Miller, and I am a book writing coach and strategist. So if you have been wanting, well, first of all, I serve entrepreneurs, coaches, and speakers who want to utilize the online presence by using a book to not only get in front of the ideal audience, but to build credibility and to get into more speaking stages. But they want to utilize their online presence, and they want their book to be the foundation for many of their projects, such as webinars, online courses, and much more. So I help them not only write their books, but then strategize with them by using content. And for those of you who jumped out late, I'll go ahead and announce it again. I am 10 weeks pregnant, and I am due on Christmas Eve. So I'm having a Christmas baby.
Yes, you are. It's so great, Monica. Thanks for sharing. Coach Destiny.
Hi, everybody. So, Monica, congratulations. That's totally awesome. And I wanted to thank you for dubbing me the bullshit detector. So that's what I do. And I help small business owners and independent professionals step back into their confidence and their, well, basically badassery to run a rockin' successful business by rewriting the BS stories and the negative self-talk that prevent them from success.
God, I love that so much. So fantastic. BS detector. Gotta love it. All right, Shantel.
So with AllPro web tools, I like the gesture, Dave.
Right?
The all
jazz
in one.
hands. Yes.
So I am the nerd translator over at AllPro Web Tools. So I get to chat with all the fun people, and yeah, so we're the all-in-one software for small business owners, and that's me.
Fantastic. Love it. Nerd translator. Such great titles, everybody. Fantastic. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Katie Meyers. I am the CEO of CR Conversations, and I specialize in helping coaches and consultants avoid the entrepreneurial F word, failure, in their sales conversations. So together we get them comfortable and confident and put together processes so they know these step-by-step strategies that need to happen in order for them to meet somebody from networking to getting them to becoming a lifelong client. Very excited. I did just recently finish all of the updates to my website, so please go over to crconversations.com to take a look at it. And Jill.
I'm Jill Wisehart, and I am the managing director of bizbud.com, which is a peer-to-peer networking community which has a way for you as a small business owner to talk to somebody on a daily or weekly basis to help you move your business forward. A lot of coaches use it as an adjunct to their business, but we're also looking for software as a service providers. So if you know of any that would like to include this as part of their bundle, that's what I do. And I am the slave for Rex Wisehart, who runs 3% Leads, which is a lead, stop laughing, Shantel, which is a lead generation product, which is brand new on the market. We can guarantee human leads, not bots or frauds. And we're looking for people in the med spa industry, so plastic surgeons, dermatologists, and medical spas, $1 million to $100 million in sales. So if you know anybody, I would love to talk with them.
Great. Thanks, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Connie.
We're unmuting. Sorry. So I'm Connie Carter. I'm the owner and founder of Switchboard Networking Boutique. And so we are located in Westminster, and we have a brick and mortar space for training, events, pop-up boutiques. And then what makes our business model super, super unique is that we have Etsy and online business owners actually have a retail storefront around the perimeter. And so what we're super excited for is June is expanding our live events calendar. So we've been very blessed that this is the first summer of operations, and we're pretty full for June and July. But we are definitely looking for coaches and or folks that already have a calendar on a quarterly basis that's looking to grow some face-to-face event engagement more in the August and Q4 timeline.
Fantastic. Thanks, Connie.
Yeah.
All right, Drew.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Drew Shockley, still in Denver, getting ready to move out to Oregon. What I do, a couple things. I do Boost Biz Ed, which is an in-person event. It was twice. I can't talk this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
We meet basically every Wednesday. First and third Wednesdays in Denver, second and fourth Wednesdays in Westminster. It's an actionable business education event. Everyone's invited, and we are expanding into Oregon and hopefully Florida and San Diego and places like that, just to kind of further the education out there. So that's all can be found at boostbized.com. I also do website development, and particularly looking for other businesses who key their marketing off of events, because I built a good website for boostbized.com and like to do similar things for others who build off of events. So Call to Action Alliance is that company. Passion ignites action.
Fantastic. Thanks, Drew. And if you want to add that to the chat, that would be great as well.
Drew, when are you leaving?
June 13th.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm leaving like a few days before you.
Oh yeah, all right, okay.
Opposite direction, but we'll stay in touch.
Completely opposite direction.
Completely opposite, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, Miss Penny, do you want to introduce yourself?
Well, sure. My name is Penny Brenden, and I'm with the Connecting Experts, and I am a top 6 business consultant, and I help individual solo business owners reach 6 figures in 12 months through my workshops that I do, typically about 5 a year, and then I have a year-long mastermind program. And my specialties are helping people with their vision and their messaging.
Fantastic. And you're going to learn a little bit more about Penny here in just a minute. And last but not least, I see that Dawn is on the call. Dawn, I just don't see you, so I just want to make sure that you're there if you want to take a minute to introduce yourself. Dawn? No, Dawn? Okay. We will let Dawn hop on when he comes back to us. So, okay. Well, now we are going to move into our presentation. So, Penny, you're going to have 10 minutes. Right now it's 2:14, so around 2:24. We will have you wrap it up. But I am so excited to introduce Penny Brenden. Penny has just been an amazing woman, I think, to every single one of us in this community. And she is the connector in the Denver metro area. And as Penny stated, she is a top 6 coach and has a fabulous program of 30 Seconds to Brave, which is just the catalyst for helping people find confidence in networking and be able to really drive in on their messaging so that they're attracting people with the right message right out of the gate. So Penny, thank you so much for presenting for us. You can go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Miss Katie.
You're welcome.
So what I was going to do today is go over like the top 5 things that you should do before you go to a networking event. And networking is such, for those of us that are not making, $250,000 and more, you really have to network to get new business. And so many people don't do it the right way. And I really truly believe that the number one thing that you really need to be sure that you're doing is to be intentional about your networking. So how many times do you feel when you go to a networking event that people are just showing up? They're just showing up. They just, oh yeah, I'm going to go to that networking thing. I'm just going to show up. And that's what they do. They're not intentional about their networking. And if we, as better networkers, would be more intentional. So what I mean by that is, who is it that you need and want to meet in the next 30 days? Who are you looking to connect with? Who do you want to talk to? Or better yet, who did you just meet that you want to introduce to other people? So when you're intentional about your networking, typically what happens is people just show up and they just walk around and they hand out business cards. I mean, we don't really do that because we've learned through Experience Pros and through other networking opportunities that we've been a part of that that's not the right way to do it. I just went to a networking thing this morning and people had business cards in their hand. And that's, so what I always do before I'm going to go and network, I think, who do I want to meet in the next 30 days? How long am I going to stay at that networking event? Who do I want to meet, and who can I connect somebody to? So if you know that you're going to a networking event where there's going to be a combination of lots and lots of different categories of people, then you might think to yourself, well, gosh, so what I'm looking for right now are struggling solopreneurs that don't have a vision. So when I go to a networking event, I would say, so gosh, what do what is your business? What is it that you're looking for that I can help you with? Because I'm very well connected. And typically when I say that, they'll go into their sales pitch. And really what we want to do is have like a one-liner. So, for example, Katie, if somebody said, what do you do? What would you say? I put you on the spot.
I'm unmuting myself. Sorry, I was unmuting myself. No, that's okay. So my one-liner would be help you avoid failure in sales conversations.
And so then what I would say to that is, oh my gosh, how do you do that? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to create a conversation with somebody by being intentional about what you're doing at that particular event. And most people are not. So the number one rule is to be intentional about your networking. Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to meet? And how can you help someone else when you're there? Determine before you even walk in the door, how many people do you want to meet? And if you're going to a networking event for a couple of hours, how many people do you think that you should be connecting with? Anybody?
3 to 5.
3 to 5, right. And I would say, 3 to 5 is the perfect number. So the second thing that I would say is that get there early and leave late. Now, the reason why I say that is when you get there to a networking event early, you typically are looking around and seeing maybe what it is that you might be able to do to be helpful. Because when you're being helpful to other people, how do they perceive you? They perceive you as a nice, helpful, wow, she showed up early. She's, we're helping lug stuff in or set stuff up or do whatever. And that's really, really an awesome thing for you to be thought of as a nice person for starters. But it's also when you get there early, it's before everybody is there. So people tend to be a little bit more relaxed. They tend to not be in their clique. Because if you get there an hour after the event has started and you walk into a room, people are typically in little clumps of people. And it's harder to engage with people when you show up a little bit later. Number 3 is finding well-connected people. We typically know who a well-connected person looks like because they normally will have people that are gathered around them. Or, a little entourage of people or people in a line waiting to talk to that person. A well-connected person would be a person who is putting on the event. So to do a little bit of research beforehand, because there's a million things that you can do every day of the week, right? And so if you were to just look up that person who is the facilitator of that particular event, you can find out a lot of information. You can also typically find out who is going to be there and who it is that you want to meet. And you go to the facilitator and say, hey, Katie, where is Mary Smith? I want to meet Mary Smith. Number 4, and we kind of already discussed it with Katie, is having an awesome one-liner. So it's not your entire presentation or your entire 30-second promotional. It's a one-liner that will engage other people in conversation, which is a highly effective way of getting to know somebody, because we don't want to spend all night talking to one person. You want to be able to talk to many different people. And then number 5 is your first sentence is very important that you say to people. Do not, write this one down. Do not say, what do you do? The reason you don't want to say, what do you do, is because then you are encouraging someone to go into their pitch, right? And normally what happens is when people say, what do you do? They're waiting for you to hurry up and finish saying what you're saying so that they can tell you what they do. And that's not encouraging a wonderful conversation, because we all want to get into conversations. Conversations is where we really get to know somebody and get to meet them and know whether or not we really want to continue even talking to them, or if there's something of value that we might be able to provide for them, or that they have something of value that they can provide to us. And so the 5 things, again, is being intentional being the number one thing. Number 2 is getting there early. And I didn't say this along with that. I always say get there early and bring someone with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you bring somebody with you, you can then be their sales force. You can, then it's not, oh my gosh, you've got to meet my friend Mary because Mary's awesome. And this is what Mary does. So it's a third-party confirmation. Number 3 is finding really well-connected people. Number 4 is having an awesome one-liner. And number 5 is having your first sentence be really important, not what do you do. So you could even say, gosh, who do you know here? Or is this your first time here? Those are really good first open-ended opening questions. Because what it does is it creates the open conversation piece. I don't know how much time do I have left, Miss Katie?
You have 1 minute, Penny. You're so good.
Okay. Well, so you know what? I would love to open it up if anybody has any questions.
Sure. Let me change my view here. Does anybody have a question? Just raise your hand. Everybody feel pretty good? Okay, Connie.
I'm sorry, I have to unmute. Am I unmuted now?
Yep.
You are.
There we go. Sorry, y'all. So, Penny, okay, so it's June 1st, right? And we have 30 days in this business to this month, right? We have 30 days. On average, if we're looking to still expand our business, how many fruitful, intentional networking experiences should we go to on a monthly basis?
That's a tough one. I think that what you need to do is go to, if you're networking more than 2 times a week, you're probably burning yourself out. Unless they're the right 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes a while for you to find your home because not all networking opportunities or networking spaces are the right ones for you. So I would say that if you're networking a couple times a week and you're connecting, you got to find your home. Once you find your homes of the places that are going to create the relationships that you want, because it's much more effective networking. Because you don't want to just grab a stack of cards, and we've all done that before, right? Mm-hmm. And then follow up. Then Katie's great at teaching the follow up, but I feel like you want to gain more business and get more people engaged with you and your company and what it is that you do. That if you network twice a week, I think that's a pretty good. Does that answer your question, Connie?
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Absolutely. Perfect. Dave, did you have something you wanted to add?
I was just going to ask Penny, how long have you been doing this?
Networking?
Her whole life.
My whole life. I'm the hunter and gatherer. I think I just was born that way. When I grew up in Littleton and started when I was 6 years old, knocking on doors in my neighborhood with this carrot orange hair and, hi, my name is Penny Will and I live at 6787 South Jackson Court, and do you have any children? So I would gather up all the children. So I've been doing it forever.
That's so
and there's a picture of that little girl on her website too. You got to check that out.
There is Penny the Kid.
Penny the Kid. Oh, so great. Well, Penny, thank you so much. And one of the things that I wanted to touch on that you mentioned when you're answering Connie's question is about just going all in with a group that when you find that it's really your place, going all in with that. Because don't you think that sometimes there's the mentality of, I need to be going to, okay, so if you say 2 a week, right? So 8 different networking things, but you can't really build those relationships unless you go all in wherever you are. So I think that was a really great point.
Absolutely. And you do. You can't just do a drive-by, because when you do a drive-by, it's flipping cards and you think that people should be connecting with you and they're not. And the reason that they're not is because they're not getting anything.
Exactly.
Penny, real quick, can we slide another question in here for you? I want to get to Coach Destiny's question because I know she's been struggling with this. She said she was wondering what a better question is than what do you do, because she hears it so much when she's out networking.
So typically the best ones that I have found is if it's your first time at this networking event, you might ask someone else that, is this your first time here? Or do you know anyone here? Or if you happen to be looking for something because you're being an intentional networker now, you would say, gosh, hi, my name is Penny. So, this is my first time here. Do you happen to know of a fill in the blank? Or this is what I'm looking for. This is why I'm here. Or do you know who puts on this event? Is another really good one, because so many people don't do the little bit of pre-work to find out who it is that's putting on the event, which then puts you into the whole other category, which is one of the top 5 of really figuring out and getting close to the person that's well connected.
Penny, thank you so much. I kind of feel like you're speaking directly to me because I'm heading out next week and I'm going to be in a whole new environment and I'm not going to know anybody and I need to remember all of these things. And I'm really curious to see how they network out there. Are they all going to have business cards in their hands, or have they been coached and trained like we've all gone through with Experience Pros? It's going to be interesting.
Well, it depends on if their business cards fit in their board shorts or not.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, you are welcome. Thank you. And I've never done this before, so on the chat thing, can I put on there that I have one of my 30 seconds? Okay.
Please. Yes. Perfect. Yes. And we'll also have a couple quick minutes at the end where you can talk about the events as well.
Okay, cool.
Yes, we will make sure that you do that. Yes, please use the chat feature. I think it's a really great opportunity for us to continue to talk to each other without talking over each other. So, well, I know that Dave has a pretty great mastermind topic for us to chat about today. So you want to lay it on us here, Dave?
Yes. So I would like to ask the audience, what do you think that running your business like a bushman means? Any ideas? No wrong answers.
Can you say that one more time?
What is running your business like a bushman?
Does everybody know what a bushman is?
That's okay. It's okay. I will go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, and we'll see what you think after that, okay? Here we go. I enjoy meeting entrepreneurs from all over. I enjoy seeing how they've turned their creativity into a livelihood. I've always maintained that if you do what you love, you'll always love what you do. For me, entrepreneurship is less about money and more about freedom. I sympathize with small business owners who are really struggling with their business, but in many cases, it's just because they're making it too difficult. I grew up in Northern California, the Bay Area, and on a visit to San Francisco, I met an incredible entrepreneur. See this guy here in the blue shirt? He looks pretty tough. I wouldn't recommend messing with him. Notice the communal response where people come together to watch the next victims. Notice the crowd that is formed in the back. So here's this bush growing out of the sidewalk. Do you see any other plant life in this shot anywhere? It's completely ridiculous, yet goes unnoticed. You can see from the smiles on the faces, he is bringing joy into people's lives. He doesn't do this to pregnant women, and if someone is older, he uses a gentler approach. What is his product? His product is laughter and joy.
Hello guys, I'm the Bushman of San Francisco, your worst nightmare, a black man behind the bush, Gregory Jacobs. 28 years ago, one night, about 3 o'clock in the morning, I closed down a couple of bars. I was feeling pretty good. So when I got home, put the key in the door, My door was jammed because the facing had swollen up from all the moisture. So when I put the key in, I had to pump it to get it open. Some birds flooded the bushes next to my front door and scared the living mess out of me. For the next 20 minutes, I had to it scared me. Mind you, I was drunk. So about an hour later, I was taking a shower. And I couldn't stop laughing at myself. I said, if any of my neighbors or anybody happened to be passing by and actually seeing what happened to me, it had to be the funniest thing on there. I said, where can I do that where there's a lot of people looking? And the next day I came out and that's how Bushman was born.
I'm definitely. How much money do you make a year doing this?
I average about 69 to 73,000 a year.
Just from doing out.
Just from doing this.
Whoever imagined you could make a living shaking a bush? What are his cost of goods? What is his marketing budget? Does he have a logo? Does he have a website? He doesn't need to hire employees. What, are you going to pitch this idea on Shark Tank? Are you going to create a business plan?
Yeah, how are you?
In 2014, he passed away at the age of 60. He held a bush for over 30 years, and I assume he lived a happy life, sitting outside in the fresh air, interacting with people and making them smile.
Welcome to San Francisco.
Could you make a living shaking a bush? Would you be happier if you did? So Katie, we talked about this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant because here's the thing. Is we didn't just actively experience that, but every single one of us was laughing and smiling.
Yep.
And I think, so Henry, my boyfriend, has always said, be the master of your craft, no matter what it is that you do. And I think that, especially as entrepreneurs, that's why we got into business, was to be the masters of our craft. But sometimes we let people dull that within us, or we get so sidetracked on all the stuff that we're not masters in, that for some reason we're trying to be masters in, that our craft goes to the wayside. So I think that that's really inspiring because it shows that it's simplicity. If you love what you do, as you said at the beginning of that video, if you love what you do, then you'll always be happy with that.
Yep.
So I think it's super inspiring.
Anybody else have any comments? Shantel, I know you had some reactions when you saw it.
Yeah, I was definitely, I was enjoying that. I was telling Dave, that's me as a older person. I think I'm going to give that a shot.
Bush woman.
Yep, there you go.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, so, I feel like some days that's me because with, when you have employees, they kind of, I guess, take away from your craft and you end up managing employees day in, day out. And it's like, okay, so I can make more money if I just did everything myself. I could just get rid of the employees, not expand, and just live this happy life that, makes six figures. So, why should we expand? Why should we take it to the next level? Why should we, keep on moving on?
Yeah, I'm really glad you caught that. I think there's a number of different lessons that we can get from this. One is that your business idea doesn't really have to be that complicated. And really, if you boil it all down, it probably is pretty simple. But we add on all this extra stuff to it. And, sometimes we think that's necessary. But I think Tim and I have talked about how we've both kind of expanded and then shrunk back because it just made more sense. So that is something to think about. Is there any other points that anybody else noticed in the video?
Any other feedback around that?
So I actually did meet him when I was living out there, and there's actually a competitor that works across the street from.
What does he jump at us?
Yeah.
What's his name?
So, you could look at this a lot of different ways. Like Tim was just saying, he could have said, you know what, I'm going to own every street corner on this entire city. I'm going to hire a bunch of people and I'm going to take a commission and we're going to have schedules and they're going to have time clocks. And he could have really made it complicated, but if he's doing $70,000 a year, does he really need it?
Right. Absolutely. It is. There's so much beauty in simplicity. And I think another really important piece to take away from this is bringing joy to other people.
Yep.
Right? And to yourself, right? He was just as happy doing it as the people that he was doing it to. So I think that we all have those days where we have why the hell am I doing this? Right? And to snap ourselves out of that, think about the last person that you impacted or that you influenced and who you brought a smile to their face because of how you served them. And sometimes that's all it takes, is just being able to make somebody's day just a little bit better.
What's the first game you learned as a baby before you could even speak?
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo?
Peekaboo, exactly. Isn't that funny? No matter how old you get, it's still funny to you.
Yeah. Especially when a bunch of people networking do it. Where'd you go? Yeah.
That's funny.
Right.
Well, now might be a good time to get the screenshot with everybody smiling.
There you go.
With a peekaboo?
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me this time? Because last time all you heard was one. So I do 3, 2, 1. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Back to you, Katie.
All right. Well, this what a fun mastermind. Thank you for that, Dave, and thank you for taking time to put that together. It's definitely a thought-provoking thing. So we're going to take just a couple of minutes for people to introduce any events or upcoming things that they have. Penny, I can go ahead and start with you, since I know that you want to talk about 30 Seconds of Brave. So if you want to share that with us real quick.
Sure. I have my next 30 Seconds of Brave seminar is going to be on Friday, June 23rd. It is an all-day event, and we go over, you will actually walk away with a 30-second promotional, and we go over visioning and then the ABCs of client attraction. So it's going to be, like I said, on Friday, I was going to say January. June 23rd. Hollie, it begin with the J.
J.
June 23rd at the Valley Country Club. And so if anybody is interested in that, they can contact me and I can give them a flyer. So
great. Excellent. Thanks, Penny.
You bet.
Hey, Dawn, do you want to take 2 seconds to tell us who you are? We didn't catch you at the beginning.
Hey, howdy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. New location.
You're in the shop.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're good.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I thought I was talking to myself. Yeah, this is my laboratory here. I'm Don Graham, Hague certified roof inspector and inventor of the Easy Ladder Guardian by Safe Pro Guard. How's that?
Perfect. Do you by chance have any events or anything you want to talk about? Your wife doing anything cool?
Nothing coming up right now.
Hey, Dawn.
Nothing right now.
I've planned my trip to Florida to stop at the
canceled.
location that you told me about. Dawn recommended Oklahoma Joe's for the best barbecue. I think it was in St. Louis or Virginia.
No, that's in Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay. So I've got that on my map. It's planned out. So I will be stopping there. I'll take a picture for you.
Perfect. That's awesome. All right.
Now,
Anybody else?
Dave, I just heard today they changed the name to Case.
Oh, good to know. I would have been driving in circles.
Right.
Nice.
All right. Coach Destiny, do you have an event you want to share?
Yes, I have my 30 days of building your courage to increase your self-confidence challenge beginning today. So it's not too late to join. Come on in and have some fun with me.
Fantastic. Love it. Right. Anybody else? Okay, Monica and then Drew.
All right, so if any of you have been wanting to write a book and get it organized and get a title out there, I'm hosting a quick full-week mastermind where we are just going to really organize your book, come up with a name, and really get you kick-started. So that way, by the end of the mastermind, your goal is, hey, you have a blueprint for your book now. So if any of you are interested, please PM me. I am going to put my email address in the comments because it's at a low time cost, and I wanted to offer this to you guys so that way you can partake in it.
Fantastic. Great. Thanks, Monica. And then Drew.
Yes, our next two Boost Biz Ed events are on June 7th, 3 Big Branding Mistakes Destroying Your Profits by Emily Downs. That's at the Denver location. And Westminster on June 14th. Peter Kent will be talking about online marketing strategy made simple. You might know Peter Kent's name because he has written many books, including SEO for Dummies. So he's quite knowledgeable and be quite an event. That's on the 14th. BoostBizEd.com. You can find all the information.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I'll take the last minute to finish up here. Dave, did you have something?
Yeah, I do have an event I'd like to ask if anybody's familiar with this event. It's called the Small Business Expo. Apparently they are nationwide. They have several different cities that they meet in, and they're going to be in Denver on the 22nd. I'm considering participating in this in their Florida location. They have Tampa and Miami. So if anybody has any feedback on this, good, bad, or otherwise, I'd appreciate just commenting in the chat there. Let me know if you've ever been to this. Supposedly 10,000 small business owners attend these. So probably a good market for most of us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Glad that you found that. All right, and then I just want to share with you all this month, I cannot believe that we're already in June, the last Tuesday of every month, I host monthly conversation training, and this month is going to be completely dedicated to how to identify your ideal client. So if you feel like that's something that you struggle with, it's an hour-long training. I do it live via Zoom, or you can purchase the recording, and it's only $25 to attend, and I will put the link in the chat. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is a really great call. Penny, thank you again for giving us your presentation. Always pertinent information and always good refreshers, because this is how we are all out hustling every day. So thank you, everybody. Please make sure, Dave, do we have a speaker yet for next week?
You know, I don't think we do. We've got a couple of people we've been talking to. So if you have a recommendation for speakers anywhere in the future, please let us know. Probably in Facebook would be a good place to let us know. Also wanted to mention that if you wanted to share the Bushman video from today, we will be posting a video of this online. So just send your friends that direction.
Right. Exactly. So
I have a really quick question. So is there a link? So can anybody come onto this this leads group?
Yes. So they sign up at allprowebtools.com/virtual.
Okay.
And just sign up right there.
Yep.
Okay.
It's every Thursday at 2:00.
Okay, because I'll post it on my Facebook page. I think that that some people will come. Now that I was always too afraid to come on, you guys.
Oh, look at you, Penny.
Because we're totally scary, right, Penny?
No, and it didn't have anything to do with the people, because people are okay. It's like
it's the technology piece.
Yes, it's the technology thing.
Yeah.
And look at me. I was in such a panic.
You did great, Penny.
You did
So proud of you.
Dave,
You did
Dave,
great.
I was in such a panic because you said you were going to send me that link at like 1:45. So I am sitting here, I'm waiting. I'm like, oh my God, it's not going to turn on. I was freaking out.
It's very not cool, Dave.
I know, I'm horrible. I'm a horrible producer.
I called and left a terrible message.
So the official part of the meeting is over, but we can still hang out for the next 15 minutes. So you're free to stick around and chat if you like.
Yes. Fantastic.
You did
So
good.
I have a question.
Yes.
Dawn, how did your Shark Tank thing go?
I was wondering
Oh,
about
I don't know yet.
So exciting.
They will call me in the next 2 weeks if they are interested. So you got to wait just like I do.
I talked to Dawn about possibly speaking about what the experience was like. Would you be available next week to do that, Dawn?
Possibly.
Okay. I'll hit you up later about that.
I'm sorry, I got a bad connection. I must have a bad connection here.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Dave,
Yes.
are you moving to Florida?
I am moving to Florida in 7 days.
So why? There's flying cockroaches down there.
That's all I hear about. So let me tell you guys an interesting story. I moved from California to Colorado 10 years ago. And everybody there said, why Colorado? Why do you want to move to Colorado? And people told me the strangest things. They told me, did you know that when you flush a toilet in Colorado, the water goes the other direction? They told me, they said, did you know that in Colorado, you cannot boil water? I said, really? Why is that? They said, because the altitude is so high, water won't boil. I heard some incredible stories. So
Wow.
I'm not hearing the flying cockroaches.
Well, I'm from the South. You know I'm from Georgia, right?
You're from all over. You've been everywhere.
I have been, but I grew up for 22 years in Georgia.
Okay.
Well, you have fun with that humidity. I noticed you messed your hair.
So, yeah, my hair is going to be a mess in the mornings. But
Oh, yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
See
Katie.
you later.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I sit inside all day, so I think the air conditioner will be my best friend.
It will be. I asked my dad once, I was just like, Dad, how about you just move out here? Because you already, in the summer, we don't have, my house does not have AC. So I asked my dad, I'm like, well, why don't you just come over here? I'm like, you sweat in Georgia all the time. He was like, yeah, Monica, but I don't sweat in AC. And I was like, no, good point.
Hey, Dave, were you able to get in touch with Christina?
Christina from Florida that you were
Yeah.
saying?
Connie.
Yeah.
No, I messaged and I didn't hear back. So,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I just recently discovered snorkeling when I was in Hawaii. I'd never done it before. So pretty excited to go hang out with the marine life out in Florida. That's going to be neat.
Yeah.
Where are you moving to? Tampa, you said?
Orlando, right in the middle.
Okay. So you'd be close to Hugh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've
Yeah,
already
they're going to be chilling.
I've got all kinds of appointments. As soon as I get out there, a bunch of people to hang out with in business. So I'm excited.
Have you been to Clearwater?
No.
It is so it's the locals beach. Like it's really nice sand and it's just peaceful and beautiful.
I'll remember that. Thank you.
And Panama City Beach. What's the other one? I go to Navarre. Navarre is really nice.
I gotta go too, guys. See you later.
Bye,
Yeah.
Penny.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you, Destiny.
Oh, bye, Destiny.
Oh, man.
Okay, yeah, well, get your tan on.
Yeah, we're going to have to get him an underwater camera or something. So if he's going to go snorkeling and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So, are you, I'm going to ask you, are you just, like, are you going to take AllPro out there, or you're still going to work from, so you're not leaving Shantel? Is that what I'm trying to say?
Chantel's not leaving me.
I see.
Last week I asked her a question and she didn't respond, and I was like, maybe she's not there anymore.
I didn't.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was just worried you were gone. So I was very glad to see you today, because otherwise I was going to say to Dave, so where's Shantel?
Right.
He buried me in the backyard.
Yep.
No, I'm still around. I'm here to stay.
Chantel's been around for years. She knows.
Hard to get rid of me.
So what Chantel's actually been doing, I don't know if you guys heard this, but Shantel has been calling everybody who's a member of a business networking event in Florida. So I think she's called hundreds of people by now. And she's
been
making a
making
list
friends.
of the nice people. So I don't have to talk to the grouchy people. Isn't that great?
I've been pre-screening Florida for days.
I've got all kinds of appointments.
There's some cool people out there.
So I talked to that guy, Joe, that you told me about, And
I was wondering.
he was awesome, man. Once he started talking, he was listening. Oh, you got to go to this event, and then there's this event over here, and then this person used to work for the chamber, but then they started their own event, so they're over here. And yeah, I'm all plugged in now. We're gonna go have lunch.
So guys, this awesome. This is hilarious. So you cold. People complain about cold calling, and yeah, if you cold call and you're a jerk, then nobody wants to talk to you. But yeah, I just cold called and I started talking to this guy's receptionist or business partner or something. And so she and I are chatting it up, and I tell her about Dave, and I'm like, I'm just looking for information. What's going on? And it was the funniest thing. She's like, okay, my boss moved to Florida like a year ago, and he's been like looking for people and trying to figure this out. And so he was in the same boat, so I'm sure he'd help. And I'm like, well, let's arrange a play date and get our kids together. And she's like, let's not tell him we call it that. But, you know, so yeah, they were on the phone. It's good fun. So you can make friends out of nowhere. It's awesome.
You do a great job at it.
Which is why I got to do the Bush thing, because that sounds like a blast. Although I need to jump out of something else because, you know, bushes have bugs.
That's bad bugs.
You know what I've always wanted to ask that guy is where he finds the bushes, because he's in San Francisco. There's no bushes in San Francisco.
No bushes, huh?
Where he gets them. They're always fresh. They're real. They're not fake. I don't know.
Is it not like a florish place or a place where there's shrubbery?
We demand a shrubbery.
That's right. I was thinking about that.
I don't think I've ever been to a networking meeting where we get to do Monty Python. Oh my goodness.
So Jill, I'm really glad we're going to be able to stay in touch.
Yes, and well, one of our salespeople's just moved back to Tampa.
Ooh, so, I'll hang out with him.
So yeah, he moved last Wednesday, and so he knows you're coming, and so we'll get you that information.
All right, let's do it.
And then I'm going to the National Day Spa Association meeting in Las Vegas in 3 weeks, and their next meeting after that is in Florida. So depending on how the first one goes, will depend on whether or not I'll be in Florida at the end of September.
All right, well, look me up.
Yep, so, and you know it will be me because the blind man will not come to Florida.
Yeah, I wanted to answer your question about Rex's account because I know you were trying to do calendar stuff, appointment setting.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking is
one account, only one AllPro Web Tools account to do both of you.
Yeah, but the other thing is now I think I'm going to move our drip campaigns there too.
Okay.
So I just didn't want to open another one if he already had one up and running, because I'm not going to see him again until next week.
He created one, but then he immediately gave it to the guys who had the pet cooler.
Oh, and they stopped using it.
Yeah, so then it just got disconnected. So there's nothing right now.
So there's nothing?
Yeah.
So can I reclaim that?
It gets deleted, and it's already full of all their contacts and stuff. So you just created.
Okay. I'll create a new one.
All right. Actually, I'll do that for you, and I'll just send you the login information if that works.
Okay. That's perfect, yeah, because we're redoing our website, and I'm building lots of drip campaigns. So.
Okay. Fair enough.
Cool.
And is that Wise Jill or Jill Wise? I always forget.
Wise Jill E.
Okay.
@gmail.com.
All right. I'll send that out to you in a little bit.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure. And if you need any web development help, we've got some experts that can help you with that.
Okay. Super. Yeah, no, I'm time to redo some things, and I'm tired of doing things from a lot of different places. It needs to be one place.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Monica can help you. Monica's been editing her website for years now.
Oh, I'm always editing it. I need to go and edit it again. I'm always doing something to it, and I'm so tired. I don't want to edit it. I don't want to play around with it. I just want to write my blogs.
See, it was Hugh who got me from the Red Cap guy.
Yep.
And he was the one that was like, just use your WordPress site and then do all the back end stuff with you. And so that's probably the direction I'm going to go.
That's how people start, and eventually they just move everything because it just makes sense to them. But I understand putting your toe in the water first.
Mm-hmm.
You're an Apple person, right, Jill? You use Mac?
I'm both. I'm both.
You ever notice when you kind of switch to the other one, it's like, wait a minute, where do I click? It's a chooser now. It's not my computer, right? It's kind of the same when you learn any new software. There's just that initial learning curve. You just got to kind of punch through it.
Yeah. And see, I have a developer who's going to have to punch through it. So.
Well, then you'll really get pushback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a client right now. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, developers and programmers have attitudes.
Yeah. Well, that's why I figure.
I'm one of them, so I can say that.
Yeah. I figure if I start with the small stuff, then it will just slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a client who's like in her 60s or late 50s, and she is learning how to start a website and a blog. Oh my goodness. But she's really good at it. I mean, she's doing stuff, she's learning, but she was like, Monica is going so frustrated. And I'm like, it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
So she's going to come over to my house on Monday, and we're really just going to work things together to make sure she can get her blog and website out on Monday. But she was just, I told her, I was like, you're doing a good job. I mean, you'll learn it. It's just a learning curve. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So, Monica, is this baby number 1?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's very exciting.
Hopefully, maybe you can see it. Let me see.
Yep.
The baby's right there.
Wow.
That was at 7 weeks.
Cool. That's exciting.
So we'll get another one in 2 weeks. And once that gets seen, once that happens and I go to my 12-week appointment, we're going to do baby announcement pictures, which I'm so excited about. Oh, it's going to be so cute. And so me and Nathan are going to announce that we're having a baby. Everybody knows. I just haven't announced it on Facebook yet, but I tell everybody because I'm so excited. We wasn't expecting to get pregnant this quick. It's just happened. And whenever it did, and I found out, I was kind of mad because I was like, I wasn't supposed to get pregnant this soon. And I looked at Nathan and I was like, what happened? And Nathan was like, you know what happened, Monica. And I'm like, I know, but it wasn't supposed to happen this fast. But now we're excited, and Nathan already bought a crib. We already bought a onesie for it.
I love seeing how excited you are.
Are you going to find out what kind of baby it is? Are you going to find out a boy or girl?
We do not want to do this. Let's not find out. No. I want to know if it's a boy or girl. Let's not be prepped for it. So we find out, and mother-in-law she'll be in town that day or that week.
That's great.
So my mother-in-law should be in town that week, so I'm going to try to make the appointment while she's in town so she can see the baby, hear the baby's heartbeat, and then see what gender is going to be.
All right.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. Nathan, he's so excited. He was like, we should buy a stroller. And I'm like, Nathan, we need a way. You know, we're having baby showers eventually. Let's people buy stuff for us, and then whatever they don't buy, we buy.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And Nathan was like, well, we could buy a hand-me-down. I was like, no, we're not doing that. The crib was a hand-me-down, but it's a good crib. Like, it's a nice